We continue our debate coverage now with Dan Hurley. He's our resident political analyst and host of Local 12's Newsmakers. The CBS focus group tonight clearly picked Pence as the winner. Did you see it that clearly tonight?
I didn't see it that clearly, but there was a sense sort of late in the debate when I began to think, wow, I think Pence has dominated in terms of time. My idea was I wish I'd had a stopwatch for each one of them during the entire thing. But I didn't see it quite that clearly. But it also wasn't the debate I was expecting. I really thought tonight things were going to be a bit more civil, a bit more issue focused, and a bit maybe more enlightening. But instead, we got a lot of this.
Yeah. The newly emboldened the aggression of Russia, whether it was in Ukraine or now their heavy-handed approach. Their heavy-handed approach.
You both have said Vladimir Putin is a better
Gentlemen, we're going to get to
than
Russia in just a moment, but I do want to get back to the question.
But in the midst, yeah, Elaine, thank you, Senator.
These guys have praised Vladimir Putin as a great leader.
How can they defend Senator? We do have that coming up here. But in the meantime, the questions were about your running mates.
I must have hit a nerve here.
You know, I really thought that, they just kept interrupting each other, starting with Senator Kaine. It just set a tone. I don't know whether this is coming from the top of the ticket and the top of the ticket. I thought this was going to be a counterpoint. And the moderator had a terrible time. Couldn't keep him within time, much less get him to ever answer a question that she actually asked. I think viewers, voters would really appreciate if somebody just answered the questions straightforwardly and didn't try to just repeat the same lines over and over again, because it sort of gets silly as the thing goes on.
It did at times appear silly and sort of juvenile with the talking over one another. But the fact of the matter is, in these debates, does it change anybody's mind when they're voting for the top of the ticket? Do they really affect anything?
Well, historically, the vice presidential debate doesn't fundamentally change anything. There's no reason to believe this is going to change anything, because we were hearing the same material that we were hearing in other debates, or in just commercials and all sorts of other things. So I don't think there's any reason to believe this is altering any sort of fundamental line. Remember now, the percentage of people who haven't made up their mind yet is getting smaller and smaller. So the next two presidential debates, it's really down to who can they move a little bit.
Yeah, Dan, thanks very much. We'll have much more debate analysis on local12.com and tomorrow on Good Morning Cincinnati starting at 4:25. Election day now 35 days away, Cam.